you tell us a little bit about your winery, Pomona?
Yes, of course, with pleasure. The winery was bought by my great-grandfather at the end of the 19th century, and it was a quite big estate because he had 90 hectares. Unfortunately, this estate that was quite famous, he bottled the wine and sold. My grandmother decided to abandon all, and then all the estate was abandoned for 30 years. My father, when my grandmother died, always he remembered the wine from the grandfather. Pomona was the better one in the world. And my mother told to him, okay, if it was so good, we can try to plant in hectare. And they started in the 80s. And then slowly and slowly we grew up a little bit. And then in 2007, my mother told me, if you would like to follow the estate, it's okay, but I'm tired, and if you don't want, it's not a problem, we sell. And I didn't want to sell my roots. And then I sold my clinic, and I was a veterinarian, and I started to deep down in this new life.
Yeah, prior to this, did you have any experience in winemaking, or was it completely?
Completely not. And I remember when I was younger, I really didn't want to talk about Pomona, never, because my father and my mother talked about Pomona, 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 and I remember I went away. But when the idea was to sell this place that I really love, I realized that I couldn't live without this place, and then I sold the clinic, and I never had problems with this decision. It was my best decision in my life.
And that was in 2007?
Yeah, in 2007 I knew anything. I started to study in the Ribeiro Gaillon. I bought the book.
Oh, wow.
And started to work with my winemaker, and that he explained it to me what I have to do in the cellar. And in 2008 I decided to become organic, and I started to work with an agronomist, and this agronomist was very important because he teaches to me a lot of things, and he teaches how look at the plants and try to understand the plants and the vineyards. Look in the vineyards in the entire place, okay? All has to be the same color, not yellow, green, more green, less green. And then this was the best people that teach to me how to work in the vineyard. The first 3 years were very difficult. I cried a lot. I thought that I was not able, and I made my best mistake. But the third year, because to understand what you have to do in the vineyard, you need 2 years. Because you prune, you grew up the grapes, you harvest, you produce wine, and you prune again. And that's the cycle that you have to understand. And the third year I thought, but it's fantastic because I work outside. And when you work in the vineyards, you are in the silence with the animals, and it's like a yoga. And then you are in the cellar, and then you taste the wine, and people enjoy that you produce it. And you remember the grapes of the 2 years before that you grew up to produce the wine. And then it's fantastic. And the cycle, following all the cycle, for me, it's very important. Selling, producing, and following in the cellar.